Assalamu alaikum students. Our today's lecture is on types of phrase. I'm your teacher, Mrs. Hamna Shahzad, lecturer in English from Government Degree College for Women, Dubai Mahal, Bahawalpur. Students, one of our teachers has already recorded lecture on this topic, so I'm going to share that recording with you people. So listen to that recording carefully and get the idea of types of phrase. I have already told you about what is phrase. So in this lecture, you would study the types of phrase.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. I am your teacher Mrs. Aksa Kamal, Assistant Professor of English from Government Degree College for Women, Dubai Mahal Road, Bahawalpur. And today in our class of Functional English for BS English Literature, we are going to read the concept of phrase and we shall see how many types of phrases are there. So now let's start reading the phrase. A phrase is a group of words which does not have its own subject and predicate. Such a group of words makes some sense but not complete sense. It is a part of the sentence and helps in making the sentence. For example, a man of parts, a man of worth, in the corner, on the hill, about his failure, on my success, at the bus stop, at the railway station, at her remarks, aware of. So these are many different kinds of phrases. So in this definition we have seen what a phrase is. It is a group of words. And which group of words it is? A group of words that does not have its own subject. So a subject should not be there, and predicate mean a subject must not be combined with the predicate in that group of words. Okay, and such group of words help in making of a sentence. So and they convey us a little sense as well. In a sentence they give us somewhat some sense also. So there are many different phrases. Let's see. A phrase can be turned into a meaningful sentence as, like we see here is a phrase, group of words, and how that phrase is turned into a sentence. A man of parts, he is a man of parts. A man of worth, Ali is a man of worth. In the corner, he sat in the corner. On the hill, the eagle was on the hill. About his failure, I was worried about his failure. On my success, he congratulated me on my success. At the bus stop, he met me at the bus stop. At the railway station, I received him at the railway station. At her remarks, he was sad at her remarks. Aware of, I am aware of changes here. Now without delay, we move to the first type of phrase, which is adjective phrase. When a word qualifies a noun or pronoun, it is called adjectives. So a simple definition of adjective is that when a word defines a noun or a pronoun, that word is called an adjective. But when a group of words without having subject and predicate does the work of an adjective, it is called adjective phrase. And we see that when a word qualifies a noun or a pronoun, that word stands as an adjective. But when the same function is being performed by a group of words which do not have a subject and predicate, that group of word will be declared as an adjective phrase. So what is the example of adjective phrase? Of great nobility, with long hair, of short stature, with blue eyes, in white dress, etc. So let's see some examples for good understanding. He is a man of great nobility. So he is a man. What sort of man he is? Of great nobility. So here this set of words, this group of words which is called a phrase, defines the quality of this man. So this group of words is working the work of an adjective. So this is called an adjective phrase defining this noun. He is a man of great nobility. A boy with long hair came here. So a boy is further described. Which boy? With long hair. A boy with long hair came here. A boy of short stature stood there. Which boy stood there? A boy of short stature. So we need a little description of the boy to make him more specific. A boy of short stature. So this group of words is an adjective phrase. A boy with blue eyes came to meet me. So here the adjective phrase is with blue eyes. He lives in a house made of mud. So what sort of house they lived in? Or he lives in made of mud. House is noun and made of mud is an adjective phrase. This is the page with no writing on it. So what sort of page it is? With no writing on it. So this page is further described in this adjective phrase. Life is not a bed of roses. What life is not? A bed of roses. So these are some of the examples of an adjectival phrase. Now we go through some adjectives and see how those adjectives are further converted into adjective phrases. A white elephant. So in this phrase, what is the adjective? White. A white elephant. Elephant is noun. White is the description of that elephant or the description of that noun. So white over here is an adjective. So how this adjective is further described in a phrase mean how of here one word describes this elephant. So when we shall use a group of word with same meaning to define the quality of an elephant, so let's see how does it work. An elephant with a white skin. So here it is white and here with a white skin. The idea is the idea of white is expanded here with a white skin. A smiling face. The quality of face is described. A face with a smile on it. The longest day. The day of great length. So here a full phrase is used to describe the same idea. A kind man. A man with kind nature. So here the underlined groups of words are the adjective phrases. A purple shirt. A shirt of purple color. So of purple color is an adjective phrase that defines this shirt. A blue-eyed boy. Blue-eyed boy. A boy with blue eyes. A jungle track. A track through the jungle. So a jungle track. A track through the jungle. Our next type of phrase is adverb phrase. Let's see what it is. When a word qualifies an adjective, verb or another adverb, it is called adverb. When this job is done by a group of words without having its subject and predicate, it is called an adverb phrase. As with great speed, in a hurried manner, at this moment, in no time, and before long. Let's see these phrases in sentence. Ali ran with great speed. So the idea of running is described in this group of words. Ali ran with great speed. So here we could have used Ali ran speedily. So that would have been a single word describing ran. So that was an adjective, adverb. But over here, this group of word with great speed, this group of word is used to convey the very same idea. Let's see further examples. He did it in a hurried manner. He is busy at this moment. He reached here in no time. I shall be with you before long. He answered me in a rude manner. You can buy these candles in all places. Hamza walked with slow speed. Now we see that how this idea of a phrase could have been described in a single word. Let's see. Ali ran speedily. So here this phrase is converted into a single word. Mean the adverbial phrase is converted into an adverb. Over here it's adverb, over here it's an adverbial phrase. So Ali ran with great speed. Ali ran speedily. He did it in a hurried manner. He did it hurriedly. He is busy at this moment. He is busy now. He reached here in no time. He reached here soon. I shall be with you before long. I shall be with you soon. He answered me in a rude manner. He answered me rudely. You can buy these candles in all places. You can buy these candles everywhere. Hamza walked with slow speed. Hamza walked slowly. So here we see that how the idea of a single word is converted into a group of words. So how this adverb is converted into an adverbial phrase. After that, we move to the noun phrase and see its definition. Definition of a noun phrase. A noun phrase is a group of words that acts as a noun. It may be a subject or object in a sentence. For example, playing hockey, reading books, early to bed, to win a prize. So let's see how these noun phrases are used in example. Playing hockey keeps man active. So here at this place of a subject, we see that it's not a single word. It is a group of connected words. Playing hockey, these are the connected words. So this forms a group. So this group is called as noun phrase because it is working as a subject, and subject is obviously a noun or a pronoun. So that is as a noun phrase. We have enjoyed reading this book. So after the verb, noun can fall after the verb of a sentence. So here after the verb, this noun phrase is used. Reading this book. Playing hockey keeps man active. What keeps man active? Playing hockey. So here noun phrase is coming at the place of a subject. We have enjoyed, sorry, to win a prize is a hard task. What is a hard task? To win a prize. So here the starting is the noun phrase. So we can have more examples as well. Bird's eye view, add sixes and sevens, kith and kin, without rhyme or reason, to learn driving, reading novels, ups and downs, wear and tear, long and short, part and parcel. So let's see how these noun phrases are used in sentence. We had a bird's eye view of the city from the tower. Everything in the room was at sixes and seventh. So here the noun phrase is coming after the verb, after the finite verb of a sentence. So everything in the room was at sixes and sevens. So here this is the noun phrase. We should be kind to our kith and kin. Kith and kin mean relatives and our acquaintances. He left his service without rhyme or reason. He wants to learn driving. I am fond of reading novels. We should learn the ups and downs of life. Wear and tear of roads causes problems. So here we have gone through so many examples of noun phrases. We can go through some more examples as well. So now we read the following sentences to see how the simple nouns are converted into noun phrases. Read the following sentences. Let's see. And along with these sentences, the internal structure is also described here. He demanded something. Over here, he is subject, demanded is verb, and something is noun. So subject, verb, and noun. So in the next sentence, you will see that the same very sentence is using the noun phrase instead of the simple noun. He demanded something to eat. So he is the subject, he as a subject, demanded as a verb, and something to eat is a noun phrase with infinitive. What is infinitive? Infinitive is to eat. When with the combination of to, we use verbs first form. This combination is called infinitive. So here the noun phrase is falling with infinitive. She took tea. So subject, verb, and noun. This object is working as a noun. Subject, verb, and noun. So she took tea early. So here tea early is a noun phrase. So praising is a good virtue. Praising, noun, is verb. A good virtue, a compliment. Praising all. So here it is praising, and over here is praising all is equal to praising none. So how this single word is converted into a group of words, making it a noun phrase. Praising is a noun, and praising all or praising none is a noun phrase. He showed me a computer. Computer, noun only. So he showed me how to assemble a computer. This whole is a noun clause. Oh, sorry, not a noun clause, but this whole is a noun phrase. So this is not a clause because it does not have its own subject and a finite verb. It is only a group of words conveying some idea, and its head or its major component is the computer. So it's a noun phrase. Our next phrase type is prepositional phrase. What is a prepositional phrase? Let's see. A prepositional phrase consists of preposition followed by a prepositional complement, which is characteristically a noun phrase or a WH clause or VING clause. Let's see how the prepositions come with prepositional complements. Preposition is at and we add some object with it, like the railway station. At the railway station will form a prepositional phrase. So here is next is from what he said. So from what he said is a prepositional phrase starting with the preposition and ending on its noun. By singing a song. By is a preposition, singing a song is the object of this preposition. Next we see a few prepositional phrases like according to, along with, away from, because of, in favor of, in spite of, instead of, in order to, in place of, on account of, so etc. Let's go through the exercise to see how these prepositional phrases are used in a sentence. Number one is, who is at the bottom of this conspiracy? So let's detect, first of all we detect which is the preposition is at. So this at will have its own noun as well, its own object as well. Who is at the bottom of this conspiracy? So at the bottom is the prepositional phrase here. He is at home in English. He succeeded by dint of hard work. So here by dint of is the prepositional phrase. I said it just by way of joke. Call me in case of danger. He played instead of working. I went there with a view to meeting him. He could not come to school because of illness. We are in favor of change here. He acted according to the instructions. Now let's go through one more exercise and detect the prepositional phrases here. Sentence number one is, work hard instead of talking. So what is a prepositional phrase here? Identify the preposition and prepositional phrases. So work hard instead of talking. So instead of over here is a prepositional phrase. She sat in the sun. So in the sun is a prepositional phrase. There is a school in front of. So you can include this object as well. My house can be the object of this prepositional phrase. You can in front of my house. This whole is the prepositional phrase. I am fond of reading novels. So of reading novels. Next is, he was at the point of death. So at the point of is the prepositional phrase. He came here by road. He succeeded in the teeth of opposition. In the teeth of. He is on the verge of retirement. On the verge of. He was happy on the eve of his marriage. On the eve of. He went there on foot. So here on foot is the prepositional phrase. Now we move to the fifth type of our phrase, which is phrase in apposition. So what is this phrase in apposition and how does it work? Let's see. If we join two sentences with the help of defining clause, it is called phrase in apposition. This phrase generally occurs in the middle of the sentence and sometimes at the end also. So what is its place? In the middle of the sentence, and sometimes you will see it at the end also. So let's see some examples for more clarity. Quaid-e-Azam is the founder of Pakistan. He was born in Karachi. Let's see how these two independent sentences are converted with phrase of apposition. Quaid-e-Azam, comma, the founder of Pakistan, comma, was born in Karachi. So Quaid-e-Azam is the founder of Pakistan. So who was Quaid-e-Azam? The founder of Pakistan. We have picked this phrase of apposition, mean the phrase which clarifies Quaid-e-Azam, which tells us who he was. So this is called phrase in apposition. Allama Iqbal is the poet of the East. He was born in Sialkot. Let's convert it into a single sentence by the use of a phrase in apposition. Allama Iqbal, the poet of the East, was born in Sialkot. Next is, Mr. Hamza is my friend. He was very hardworking. Mr. Hamza, my friend, is very hardworking. Now let's go through an exercise for more examples of phrases in apposition. My son, very genius, stood first in the examination. So the phrase is in apposition is coming in the middle of a sentence and it is here after the comma of the subject. Or my son, the subject, comma, then there comes a phrase in apposition which defines this subject further, and after that phrase is over we put comma again and then the remaining part of a sentence comes. Hazrat Ali, comma, we put a phrase in apposition. Who was Hazrat Ali? A brave warrior. Which quality is being described here? A brave warrior. Then again, comma, Then the next information about him is stood victorious in battles. My brother, comma, very hardworking. We have defined this phrase in apposition. We have put a phrase which defines the quality of my brother, who is very hardworking. My brother, comma, very hardworking, comma, runs this shop. Mr. Anwar, comma, a great poet. Who is Mr. Anwar? A great poet. We are talking about the one who is a great poet. So, comma, lives at Chishtiya. Next, Lahore, the capital of the Punjab, is a famous city. So, Lahore, what is Lahore? If some person does not know what Lahore is or where it is, so Lahore, the capital of the Punjab. So, it is the capital of Punjab. It is situated in Punjab. So, what is this? It's a famous city. Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan, who was he? A scientist. So a phrase in apposition soon after the noun which it stands for. Dr. A.Q. Khan, a scientist, made atom bomb. So never forget to separate the phrase in apposition by the use of a comma. Muhammad bin Qasim, comma, who was he? A great Muslim general. What did he do? Conquered Sindh. Shehla, who is Shehla? My sister, comma, is seriously ill. Next sentence is, I like Fluffy. I like Fluffy. What is Fluffy? My faithful dog. So this phrase in apposition, when you have added a phrase in apposition that tells you about Fluffy, then you get to know who Fluffy is. Next is his uncle, a millionaire, sent him to Dubai. So here this is the phrase in apposition. Now we are moving to the last type of phrase in our today's lesson, which is absolute phrase. So what is an absolute phrase? Group of words of independence with separate subject. So these are the group of words of interdependence with separate subject and without finite verb are called absolute phrase. Let's go through some sentences for examples. The teacher entered the class, the students set to reading. Now we shall combine these two different sentences by the use of an absolute phrase. So we shall see that the subject will be different in both of the parts. The teacher having entered the class, the students set to reading. Over here in the first part, in the absolute phrase, we see that the subject is the teacher, while in the remaining part, the subject is the students. So these are the parts with two different subjects, but they are interdependence, mean one is the cause. When one action is performed, the other happens as a result. The teacher having entered the class mean when the teacher entered the class, the students set to reading. The students started reading. On the arrival of the teacher, the students started reading. But this absolute phrase has its special structure. And what is that? Mean we started with the subject, the teacher, and afterwards we add having, and then we add verb's third form. So if over here it's having entered, this is not a finite structure, not the structure of any tense. So we cannot say it a clause. This is not, because the subject and the finite verb together are not falling here. The teacher having entered the class, the students set to reading. Let's see the next example. It was a holiday. We went out for a picnic. So for it, there we shall use being. We cannot say over here having. It is being, because it is it. It was a holiday. It being a holiday, we went out for a picnic. The soldiers arrived. The people dispersed. The soldiers having arrived. Here, how this sentence is converted into an absolute phrase. The soldiers having arrived. So we have added having over here with arrived. The soldiers having arrived, the people dispersed. So the next part is added as it is. Next we go through the exercise for some more examples and for better understanding. The war having broken out, the prices rose high. His father having died, he had to do all the work. The teacher having gone, the boys made a noise. The president having reached, the people assembled. It being a hot day, we could not go out. The taxi having broken down, we went on foot. My father having reached, we were very happy. It being a fine day, we worked with devotion. The rain having stopped, we started our journey. The teacher having left, the students were very sad. So students, today we have finished our lesson and it needs a regular revision from your side. So do it, and Allah Hafiz.